Good afternoon. With the very latest from here at home and around the world, this is your lunchtime news on News First. I'm Deshan Gonawala, and before we take a deeper look at the stories for you today, let's take a look at the headlines.
Permanent High Court trial at bar decides to take up the case against former President Chief of Staff Gamini Senarath daily from the 29th of September. A group of inmates in the Anuradhapura prison commence a fast. Leaders of South and North Korea sign a wide-ranging agreement in Pyongyang.
Now in your lead story this afternoon, the recording of evidence in the case filed against former President's Chief of Staff, Gamini Senarath, and 3 others will be taken up daily from the 29th of September at the Permanent High Court trial at bar.
The case was filed against 4 defendants under 24 separate indictments, including the misappropriation of 500 million rupees owned by Litrogas Lanka Limited. The Permanent High Court trial at bar decided to issue summons on 4 witnesses from the defence to appear before court on that day. The case will be taken up again on the 28th of September.
Now in your local news, a group of 8 inmates being held in the Anuradhapura prisons under the Prevention of Terrorism Act have commenced a fast as a mark of protest. The inmates demand that the cases filed against them be taken up in an expeditious manner. Prison spokesperson, Prisons Commissioner Tushara Upudeniya said their demands have been directed to the Ministry of Justice. Now in more local news, restoration operations on the Colombo-Batticaloa railway line is continuing. The operation on the railway line came to a standstill last morning after the Batticaloa-bound fuel train knocked down and killed 4 elephants in Puakpitiya. Our reporters said that the restoration activities began last afternoon. The collision resulted in the train derailing and several tankers toppling over. The Department of Railways said measures are underway to move the derailed tankers back onto the track and to restore operations to normalcy. Now in some tragic news, a 13-year-old girl was killed in an accident in Mallakulama in Anamaduwa.
The accident occurred when the victim, who was returning home from school, was hit by the cab from behind. The victim was identified as Tinusha Oshadi, a student of Kottekachiya Navodaya Vidyalaya studying in grade 9. The driver of the cab was arrested by police and the cab was also taken to police custody.
Now in your political news today, the National People's Council convened a press briefing in Colombo.
People like
Vimal Weerawansa and Udaya Gammanpila said that this country is becoming an Indian colony. They said that there is a conspiracy to hand over the Mattala airport to India. These joint opposition leaders now see nothing wrong with the recent visit to India. They say they can work with this. By going to India, it is as if the former president slapped Vimal across the face. Today, the Rajapaksa camp has a democratic culture among their politicians. They are very clearly saying that one family cannot run things. They say that a Rajapaksa will not be given a chance. Now in more political news, the leader of the Janaseta Peramuna, Venerable Batramulle Seelaratna Thero, expressed the following views at a meeting at the Vadugedara Sri Bodhikarama Viharaya in Kuliyapitiya. The meeting was held to discuss about the water issue in the area. There is no water throughout the country, but there are provincial and village level politicians representing the present parties under the good governance that still fail to address the problems of the people. But they know how to waste money. I request the government to conduct an analysis and provide a solution to this water problem faced by the people. The newly constructed 2-story science lab building at the Sangamitha Balika Vidyalaya in Kirindiwala was declared open yesterday. The event was held under the auspices of UNP parliamentarian Harshana Rajakaruna and Education Monitoring MP Ashu Marasinghe. The building was constructed at a cost of 20 million rupees.
It's a severe accusation. All of us are worried about this allegation. If there is any truth in this, legal action should be taken. If you have any second thought about the ability of our police force, this is the right time to correct it. There are brilliant police officers, but because of the weakness in certain officers, the entire Sri Lanka police is underestimated. UNP do not have any problem whether this is about Gotabaya or Basil or Mahinda Rajapaksa. I think it is their faction who is hesitating to put Gotabaya Rajapaksa in this position. I think Basil Rajapaksa and Namal Rajapaksa are against this.
Now in more local news, the flood control gate built in Hindala, Wattala was declared open under the auspices of Minister of Western Development and Megapolis, Pathali Champika Ranawaka.
මේ ප්‍රදේශය තව අවුරුදු 10කින් මේ දීවර කර්මාන්තය හා අනිකුත් දේවල් එක්ක බැඳිච්ච ජීවිත.
In 10 years, people living in this area will lead a different life and a new lifestyle connected to many activities including fishing. We will make Keravalapitia a developed city, a new city with a new transport system. We will come forward with the knowledge of our engineers to develop this. We will find a solution to the erosion of the coast as well.
ඒ අපේ ඉඩම් සංවර්ධන සංස්ථාව ඉදිරි කාලයේදී මේ වෙරළ කාදනයට පියවරක් හැටියටත් ඒ වගේම වෙරළ ආශ්‍රිත නගර නිර්මාණයටත් අපි ඉදිරිපත් වෙනවා.
Well, that's a wrap of your lunchtime news, and for the News First team, I've been Deshan Gonavala. But before we leave you with a footage of a herd of elephants captured moving towards Palukadavala Reserve in Galgamur in search of food and water. Have a great day.
Oh, Ali neda.